Right, Leds, just as your season takes off again, we've got a blank weekend. So,
Yeah.
First of all, how's the injury? I mean, any reaction to it?
None at all. No. I mean, I felt like I was finally in the JPT the other night. Finally, psychologically, all back together. No hesitation, no nothing. I felt good against Portsmouth, but I felt like I had to sort of build into it, and that was probably not the kind of game to be able to build into. It was a big high pressure game against probably the best team we faced so far. But I still felt like I did all right. Did myself justice in that game.
We played Hartlepool after Portsmouth. You left that as a precaution because of the travelling involved.
Yeah, it was, of course. I mean, we travelled on the day, and that would have been sort of 5-6 hours, and I wasn't guaranteed to start anyway because of 2 games in just a short space of time. So to come off the bench possibly after a long journey wouldn't have been the ideal for a hamstring injury. No, not at all.
But you went to Morgan, you made a late appearance there.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
Having watching those games, how did you feel the team performed?
Yeah, I thought we did really well. I was impressed with what we were like going forward. I think from what I've seen from the likes of Portsmouth to Morecambe, I think the difference between the top of the league and the bottom of the league is quite big. I think the bottom of the league is sort of seems to be around conference level, whereas the top, your Portsmouth, your Leyton Orient, seem to be almost feel like you're playing in the league above. But I feel we've got enough to compete with either.
I was going to say, where would you place Rovers in that?
Yeah, I think we can compete with the teams at the top. I mean, I say it feels like a different league, but I don't see anything that should really frighten us.
And Wickham, of course, are up there. They're in second place.
Yeah, exactly what I mean.
They looked a good side, and you competed very well.
Yeah, exactly what I mean. I mean, apparently their gaffers come and said they had a lot of injuries and whatnot coming into that game, but it's more or less their team. And it's easy to say that after the game, after you've been beaten comfortably.
That's the second time this season Rovers won 3 in a row. Is it going to go like that throughout the season? Or?
Hopefully we can just find a sort of even keel and not be so patchy with our form, and take the confidence from these 3 games and build on that.
Consistency, I guess, is the key, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. As you see from last year, the consistency in our performance ended up taking us to Wembley, so there's no reason why I can't this time.
Do you think about that with the JPT, that Wembley is another possibility?
I think we just take that as it comes. The league's a priority, but I think we just it's JPT. We take it as it comes. We'll take it more serious the more the further the competition progresses. But we want to win every game regardless.
It's a nice diversion, isn't
it? It is, yeah, and it's nice for some of the lads like Monty, who hasn't started many games this season, to show the gaffer what he can do.
Now, you got break this weekend. Is that good or bad? I mean, some would say because of the momentum you've gained from those 3 wins, it's you want to be playing.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say especially it's a bad thing as we've just beaten Wickham and we would have played them on Saturday, so we would have had an edge on them as well. Knowing that, look, we can beat this team. If we had went into Saturday, had not played them, we might have given them a bit more respect, being that they were second in the league. But having beat them on the Tuesday night previous, I think we would have really fancied ourselves to take 3 points this time.
On another level, though, you played 4. The club has played 4 games in 10 days, I think. So it might be good to have a break.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of lads will be tired. I want to play. I wanted the game to be on, but a couple of lads will need the rest, and a few other lads are carrying a few knocks as well. So
gives you a chance to get home, I guess.
Yeah, for the first time. It's been ages. I think my mum will forget what I look like by the time I get back. So it'll be nice to get home.
So back in and then off to Mansfield the following week. Another team, really. Is that in the bottom half category, possibly?
Yeah, another one we'll be looking to take 3 points off. But it wouldn't have mattered who we played next. We'll be ready to go after a long break.
It's interesting what you say about the division. You're more or less comparing it to other leagues, where it's virtually 2 leagues in one.
That's what it feels like. It feels like the quality in the teams vying for the playoffs almost feels like a different league to the ones who are avoiding relegation, from what I've seen so far.
Fine line though, isn't it? I mean, you're midway and yet you're only 3 points off the top 7.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there was when we lost a few games in a row, there was never cause to panic. It's so early days, and like you put 3 or 4 wins together and you're right back in there.
I guess it's natural for supporters to look at league tables all the time and maybe panic more so than players or those involved with the club.
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially with the the fear is obviously to get relegated again, because they never want that again. So they'll be a little bit on edge, I suppose, for what happened 2 years ago. But we'll be all right if everyone just relaxes.
And your strikers, well, the goals are being shared around. There was a sort of paucity of goals in the first 9 games, but the last 3,
Yeah.
they've just been raining goals.
Yeah, I mean, as a defender, I love seeing my strikers score. You love having someone up there who you feel like he could score today. I mean, it's nice when the goals are shared around, but I prefer it when my strikers score, because it gives me confidence as a defender. If I keep clean sheet, we've got someone up there who's going to score.
And well, they've got 4 apiece, haven't
Well,
they?
exactly. It doesn't matter who you put up there, any of the 3. You just fancy them to score, and as a defender, that's brilliant.
You've Billy Bowden playing in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, him out or Jake Gosden
Right.
or Christian. I mean, different partners. Is that something to get used to?
Not for me and Bill, because we play together at Torquay. I know, and I used to live together.
You shared a house.
And shared a house. I know him inside out, so I know his game. And he, especially coming in for me, is just slipping back into old ways. It's nice for me to play with him, as I did on Tuesday night. And I mean, everyone knows their role. Well, I played with Goz a few times. Not yet to play with Monty really, but everyone knows their role and knows what they gaffer expects of him. So.
Are you pleased to see Bill establishing himself in this side?
Yeah, because I've always known what he can do. I've raved about him since the first time he stepped through the door, and before he stepped through the door. So I'm pleased that everyone else can see what I've seen.
Yeah, and he's got over that injury. I mean, he had a major setback, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he would have hit this form ages ago if he had just been given a chance by Northampton to play regular games. I mean, the gaffer's done him wonders by giving him regular games and giving him 90 minutes, and that's exactly what he needed, and he's flourishing now.
So prospects, do you look long term? Do you personally look long term and think of?
I wouldn't look beyond this season.
So what do you feel the prospects are for the club this season?
For the club, I think we've got the quality in the squad to sort of push for playoffs. Definitely. I mean, you look at the strength of the bench at Morecambe, and you come away with 3 points at a place like that. You got some big names on the bench like Ellison, Lyonsy and Parksy and Mildy. You know, the big names on the bench, and to be able to leave them out and to get a win away at Morecambe, which not many teams do, I think it shows the strength of the squad we've got.
Certainly shows what competition is.
And the competition, yeah. And it's only going to raise the sort of the performance on the pitch, because everyone feels like the place is under threat at all times.
And the manager has to keep that spirit within the dressing room, even though he leaves players out.
It's a tough job.
It's a squad game, but it's difficult to explain.
It's a tough job, because as soon as you get the call in the office and tell you dropped, I mean, it's hard to keep going. But it's a desperation to get back in the team, and that's what fuels everyone here.
So what do you just go out and try and impress in training and work hard?
Yeah, whenever the next opportunity comes. If you get, like I say, if I get 2 minutes at Morecambe, I got 2 minutes to show what I can do. If I get 30 seconds, I got 30 seconds. If I get 45 minutes, I get 45 minutes. Whatever you're given, you got to take.